I don't know why I think that every time I want to sing that every time I'm in an EV. Okay. Guys, now, I don't know about you, but I've always been somewhat confused, which is not exactly hard, but when it comes to like the naming convention of BMW and Mini now, right? So a Mini for me was always just like a Mini Cooper or JCW, but like a Mini Cooper, like that was just the name. Obviously, I'm a professional, and so I know that there are others. But gone now is like you don't have like the Mini One, etc. So you've got Mini Cooper, Countryman, Aceman, okay? And now the C, like so Mini Cooper C is like your regular Mini Cooper, and then your Mini Cooper S, or if there's an S on whether it's Countryman or whatever, is the more like punchy, performance-orientated version of, like just the more powerful, basically, of the two, okay? However, okay, so I'm in the Mini Cooper SE, okay, but it only has Mini Cooper S on it. So I genuinely had to like test. Well, I was like, am I in the electric? And I like looked around, I had to do a little bit of research, because the way you can really tell, obviously, is like the S on the what is like the grill, okay, which is actually closed on the electric version. It's in yellow, not red. That's kind of it. Isn't like much else to give it away, which I'm a big fan of, actually. Well, I don't know. I say that, and then I get into something like some of BMW's like top end electric vehicles, like futuristic and amazing, and I kind of love it. But I think if you just are going from your ICE model Mini and you want to get into an electric Mini, this is actually quite a nice way to do it because you don't feel any different. It's your range anxiety. But no, more on that later. Now, if you were thinking that because it's an EV, you're going to spend a lot more on insurance, you'd be wrong. Okay, check it out. I put my details and the details of this into hippo.co today. I got like 11 quotes, and it's like pretty much bang on any of the sort of ICE models that I've put in around this price range. So that's good to know. So in my ICE review, so Mini ICE internal combustion engine version, I said that for me, Mini had sort of gone back to basics and like simplified things. I was in the Mini Cooper C and I loved it because it was actually like an OG feeling for me, where it was just stripped back and sort of Mini-esque, which is what you wanted. Because for a while, things weren't feeling very Mini. In fact, if you get into the new Countryman, don't really feel that Mini because it's not like a big car. But I feel the same, obviously, in here. It's same sort of interior, and you've got all these recycled materials everywhere. You've got this big OLED screen with the latest Mini operating system, 9, I think it is. As much as the ICE version or whatever feels, I think that's why this feels so futuristic, but actually, and modern, but so does the ICE model, right? So like in this, I'm like, gosh, this electric model. And then I forget that the other model is the same. But it's got these beautiful little touches, these gold touches on it. Like there's a lot in here that I love. And I think a Mini customer will adore. This entertainment system is so comprehensive, it's insane, but it's so simple to use. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is key, okay? Because otherwise, what's the point? So everything's sort of very clearly marked. The graphics are fantastic. It's really just a powerhouse of an entertainment system. I mean, it's got like all sorts of, because you can play games, right? It's got like apps in here that you can play when the car's stationary, which I don't know if you would do in South Africa. I mean, you're kind of dissuaded from playing on your phone because you're distracted and you'll probably be hijacked. So why would you sit here going like, "Meh, meh." I get it if you're waiting in the car for somebody, maybe like if you're parked in a gated community or in a mall, maybe. And even then, like, I don't know if it's so safe, or I don't think I would do it so much. Although I say that and then I do. I mean, I play on my phone and then, and then you're like, smash and grab, Any of my non-South African viewers, South Africa's not that bad, okay? I'm just making a point, yeah. Now let's talk emissions-free mobility, okay? This bad boy, there, boy, puts out 160 kilowatts of power and 330 Newton meters of torque, gets to 100 relatively quickly. I think it's like came at 6.76. I think it's way quicker. That felt it there. I didn't get up to 100, but it certainly pushes you back in the seat, which is obviously one of those beautiful traits of an EV. Now, the WLTP determined that the range of this is like 400 to 406 something Ks, and then it's not. And then BMW came on, it's like, no, it's like 360 something or 370. Regardless, you're not going to get, you're probably going to get like just bang on 350 and you'll be good to go. Now, what I do like is that it's got like a whole bunch of fun little different modes on here and experiences, they call it. And if you put it into green, which is like an eco mode, it tells you like how you're doing, like, oh, you can really like check there. I'm going to put that one on. How you're doing. Oh, like it's telling me now high consumption, and like you get like a bonus range. So I've gained 2.1 kilometers in range, which I love. So for me, the only problem with this is because I'm so competitive, I would just compete with it all the time. Same way I do with Google Maps, always got to beat Google Maps. But it is a very cool thing. I mean, it can be quite distracting though, because now every time I put my foot down, a cheetah of sorts or a cat, a big cat, runs going like high consumption, and then a bird flaps at me when I'm being efficient. It's a lot. But it's quite quirky and gimmicky, and that's what a Mini is, guys. That's what it is. This is like the perfect commuter. It's the perfect city car. If you've got a charging station at home and you're all set up there, there is no reason this shouldn't be on your list. It's certainly if you want an EV. I just think it is really fab because it's a 3-door. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to be like, it's not a family car. You're not hitting a road trip jewel in this. You're literally buying it to get to work, to get home, to go to the grocery store, like to do that sort of thing. And just do your daily errands, which is great. Otherwise, go with a different car in general. From a charging point of view, this charges really quickly, like from 10 to 80%. You're looking at like 35 minutes. It's that last 20 minutes that really takes quite a lot longer because of the limit to 95 kilowatts, I think it is. It has a 54.2 kilowatt hour battery. But in general, I think it's just, again, if you've got to set up at home, you're fine. And if you go grocery shopping, yes, or get a coffee, you can do that at like places. But so Nafisa, and if you don't know her, you should. She's like tech guru and EV guru. She's got a website and a podcast called Recharged. It's amazing. She's amazing. She made a good point the other day because she had this as a long-termer and mentioned that the charging stations, are getting on a bit now. They're like, some of them are a bit old or like breaking down or whatever, the ones that have been around for a while. And so if you've got like a few around you, then you've got options, but you don't really want to be driving from one place to another, So that's a sort of thing to consider if you are looking at getting an EV. Now, this is priced, it's on the website. You'll see it on BMW or Mini's website, and it's like 802,000 something base model, but actually you can't get a car. You cannot get one for that because, and this is how I got the information that Nafisa had spoken of about the charges, because I was researching why the price discrepancy, and it's because the South African spec, this spec has been spec'd and with added packages and stuff. And so you're looking at more like 880,000 Rand for one of these guys. Quite a bit more than you were expecting, I guess. Well, as in, if you thought it was 800 and then it's 880. It's a difference. But you see now, the other option is, and probably one I would also consider, is like the Aura. I love that car, the GW Aura. Like, it's such a fab little EV. It really is fantastic. And you can get one for like an entry level one, but in the 600s. If you get the top of the range one, it's still cheaper than this. It comes in at like 830 something. You could even get yourself a Volvo EX30, like an entry level model there. However, I think what this says to me, because I'm not going to say which of those you should go for. I think what is amazing is within that sort of price band, you've got like really good options, even though it's still like really expensive in terms of, small compact cars and like little EVs and whatever. We know EVs are expensive. That we can't dispute. We can't do anything about it right now. But I find this to be easy to live with. And even with like a range anxiety thing that I suffer from all the time, if you buy it like you would and use it for yourself, like it should be used and utilized, like you have a setup at home and just commuting, whatever, daily commute. Fab. Yeah, I love it. Silly little car. Silly but fun. Let's do a quick ooey. Are you allowed to? It doesn't say it, but I can't. Oh, there it comes from it. But you see, this is why we love a mini ride. Oh, cutie. Yo, you see, it's just like easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Ooh.